Hello, everyone! We are live, we are here, and it is a Monday, so we're playing Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. Unfortunately, D20 Coup de Grace is not feeling terribly well today, so give them some good wishes, and we will see them next week. Shiny Pilot is just gonna be late because of work reasons, but he plays Igor, the half-orc barbarian butler, manservant, half-orc with many talents. But most of them involving cleaning of some sort and hitting things really hard, which then you have to clean up afterwards. So, he's got a lot of experience. I myself will be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwater Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. Nobleman, warlock, handsome, cunning, debonair. I could go on, but I won't. He's also just, human. Because, I wanted to be boring, but yet also horrible. So what better race than human? We also have the wonderful actual human that I adore, Nugatosaurus. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a Monday, so that means I get to be here, so yay! I'm Nugatosaurus. I play Hal, the shifter fighter slash paladin. I'm currently taking shots and ready to do stuff, I guess. Yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Shots and ready to do stuff. Someone who has just entered the shot of his webcam would be producer Trav. How are you?
Someone who has his shirt open in a very Mediterranean style here.
You did go to Greece last year.
Did. That's where I got this magnificent shirt. Hi, I'm producer Trav. I'm going to make a fucking movie next year, god damn it. I'm playing Lamont Quinlan. He's got a wing nut and a screw loose, and there was something really important. In true Lamont fashion, there was something really important he was going to talk to Hal about, but he couldn't tell her about it because he was naked. So she made him go upstairs and put clothes on, and in the act of going upstairs and putting clothes on, both he and I have forgotten what in the hell we were going to ask Hal. And so we're going to remember it at some point, hopefully. Let's watch.
Hopefully. Maybe together. I don't know. I think I remember what it is, but it's a terrible idea, so I'm not going to elaborate.
Ask her for money.
And of course, last but certainly not least, would be our circus ringleader, our dungeon master for today, Deception Check. How are you?
I'm grand, and I'm looking forward to this evening after Lamont's intro because this is going to be fun. I'm a Deception Check. I am the 3-ring circus master of this crazy Ringling Brothers show of fun that we call Mondays in Exandria and Adventure in Iman. We're just kind of going to jump into what happened last week because we're a little bit down right now. And but luckily, everyone that's not here was doing something simple last week. And where we left off was, as Lamont said, he had to go upstairs because he had come downstairs naked, was sent back up to put some clothes on. Where he found Igor upstairs, freshly cleaning Lamont's clothes, which were too clean, and he didn't recognize them. So Lamont took them anyway, put them on, and Igor is now putting away bath supplies and cleaning up after himself inside Lamont's room. Harlan wanted to miss the entire conversation that was going to be happening in the common room of the Grey Skull Shadow Inn, so he took the back exit up to Lamont's room and also went through there to go to his own room to meditate on the purchasing of a large plot of land outside of Amman for whatever nefarious reasons that might be.
Definitely nefarious.
Downstairs, Howl is leaning up against the bar doing shots, watching 2 investigators sit across the room from her while talking to Roger Roget, the bartender. And Wendell and Reagan are crossing the floor, heading over to the 2 investigators sitting at the table, staring back at them. The investigators are an interesting pair. There is a tall, blue-skinned tiefling with very green, severe hair, dressed kind of strange for this time in tweeds and grays and browns.
It's quite unfashionable.
Quite unfashionable. You see a brass contraption of some sort, a handheld contraption lying on the table in front of them. There's a couple simple empty drink glasses in front of them. Her partner or friend is a small gnome woman, also with green hair, pulled back very severely. She has small brass spectacles, is dressed rather plainly but smartly, and is scribbling into a ringed parchment binder. Reagan follows behind Wendell as Wendell crosses the floor. You stand before them both now. Wendell, what do you do?
Greetings. I'm Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. My good man Reagan here informed me that you were, investigating the, horrible matter I heard about.
Oh yes, we are discussing a few bits of information that have come to our attention, and we're just trying to wheedle out the minutiae of the conversation that we've had about who might have had some sort of connection with what happened on that poor road back there where all those people died.
Tragic.
Do you know anything about that?
Not really, not much more than what's going around, you know, they say about. They said there was some clasp people involved, and lots of mage fire, I believe, was the thing.
Not so much mage fire. It was something entirely different.
Oh. Well then, shows how much I know about.
Would you like to have a seat with us, please?
Oh, of course. Thank you. I didn't want to intrude necessarily.
Pardon. You did introduce yourself, and I was unable to introduce myself. My name is Sek McDoom, and this is my trusty companion, Mrs. Nix Welbum.
Pleasure to meet you both. Extend a hand, you know, proper courtesies.
A lot of handshaking.
Yep.
Miss Welbum pulls out a card, hands it to you. Good
move. I resist the instinct to hand her back a card, business card for group, because I think that would just be bad news. The urge is there, but I resist. How do their business cards look, though?
The business card that Miss Welbum hands you says Doom and Welbum, investigators. And it says on the bottom, their address, which is 221B Beckham Street. You know, that's in the Central District.
Is it like a good ply of paper, though? Is there embossing? How is the card?
It's very stiff, heavyweight card. It is plainly printed, though. It's very minimalistic.
Going for minimalistic, simplistic. Okay, you know,
but
probably
it is
good because you know
quality.
that appeals to the quality. Will appeal to the higher clientele, whereas the simplicity will appeal to the common folk who can read. So Wendell appreciates their forethought into the matter and can tell that they're shrewd already, based on their business card alone.
You could see that Miss Doom is kind of looking you over a bit.
Very nice card. He puts it in he'll put it in a pocket, like an inside coat pocket.
So, you say you and your organization here at the Grayskull Shadow Inn had nothing to do with the terrible tragedy that befell that road?
Oh, good heavens, no. We had nothing to do with any of that death and mayhem and carnage that was out there.
Are you familiar with that location?
I've passed by it a couple of times before.
Merely passed by?
Well, there was one instance in which my good friend Mr. Siffin and I, we had a bit of an argument and paused for a moment, got out, discussed things, and then we, you know, made back up, went back into the carriage and continued onwards.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't aware that... Varna Siffer?
Yes, Mr. Varna Siffer.
Yeah, Miss Welbum, take that down, please. I wasn't aware that Mr. Siffer was with you at the time.
Oh, yes, Mr. I would, as that evening that had occurred, I believe I'd had a lovely dinner with a friend of mine, and Mr. Siffer and I were hanging out, as I believe they'll call it these days, afterwards.
Oh, late night then?
Yes, I don't sleep early. Always up late.
Yeah, that might explain some of the things we found at the location in our investigations, but so much of it's been clouded in a bit of mystery because our notes do not match what we remember. Well, beyond the fact that we don't remember much when we look there, nothing that matches our particular evidence that we've collected and noted. Quite intriguing. But
puzzling you.
the specifics of the road and what we found there and the carnage and decimation that happened, those are not to be questioned. And we're just trying to discern exactly how something like that could happen and who could be blamed. You do understand why we'd have to ask these questions.
Of course, general safety and health and well-being of the public is quite a big to-do.
And you, sir, he looks up at Reagan. She looks up at Reagan. He's like, you were there as well, weren't you, sir? And he kind of looks down at you, Wendell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what should I answer?
It's telepathy. Like, yes, just play it cool, Reagan. You're an excellent coachman.
I do at times. I am at times the coachman for our carriage and can occasionally be found serving in such capacities, as I was that evening for Master Hassenpfeffer and his friends. Very good, very good. That's take the notes, please, Miss Wellham. And so, to continue talking, about the same time, Lamont, you make your way downstairs, newly dressed. And you see at the table the tiefling and the gnome speaking with Wendell and Reagan. Hal is still up against the bar doing shots.
I have pants on now. And remember, this is Lamont's new costume. If clean Lamont, because his laundry was prestidigitated by.
I've never seen
Igor.
Lamont.
Announce that when you came downstairs. Like when you walked downstairs, you just announced it to the entire the entire common room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Before I was battle damaged Lamont. Now I am clean Lamont.
Okay. Tide Pod.
The terror what strikes in the dark.
Or the early
I heard
evening,
that.
late afternoon.
Yeah, make my way over to Hal. Cloak billowing gently just over the floor. Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Thanks for putting clothes on.
Yeah. Well, I air dry.
Mm-hmm.
You drinking? Just an adult beverage, an alco pop?
I'm about 9 shots in.
It was 8, dear.
8. Yeah. Thanks, Roger.
Oh no.
Mr. Lamont, your milk. I was waiting on you.
My what?
Your milk?
Oh, did I order this?
You did.
You always do, so I make sure to have it ready for you when you come down.
Thank you.
Because he's a good employee.
An excellent employee.
The
take
best employee.
Great pride in my work when serving Mr. Quinlan. I am so happy to be under him here at the Shadow Inn.
Hal just gags.
Yeah, I can't abide a sycophant, and while it's very nice to hear, you can just get back to what you were doing. Yes.
Kind of gives him a
I'm
stare.
hearing voices.
Turns
so,
away.
yeah, if you were an excellent employee, I'm sure you would have noticed and agree that the sound of milk being poured into a glass is a particularly soothing experience. Wouldn't you say?
No.
Don't think
No.
so? Just me?
No.
I'm the only one?
It's too
Right.
soft. You gotta pour alcohol in a glass. Now
Yes.
that's a good sound.
All right. Yeah. Hi. I'd like to talk to my friend Hal for a second. Could you go
Yeah, he already left.
give somebody? Oh,
He turned away.
okay. Cool. Hey, listen. I know we're all in the group or whatever. I don't like clubs. Like organizations. Groups
We're literally
make me
group.
nervous. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in a big hurry to get out of here, so must not be that big a deal, to you.
Oh yeah.
No,
Is that what you think?
Well, I mean, I overheard what you were saying about you're gonna go,
You mean when I told you what I was gonna do, not what you overheard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the whole leaving thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a bummer because I was going to do this whole thing and then, I was going to tell you about it and I was going to, I thought maybe you want to give me a hand with it, but, you're seeing as how you're going. It's probably something I guess I'll work on by myself. It's not that big of a deal anyway, but,
Sure. I mean, I did say that y'all are all welcome to come with me. Vacation.
Yeah.
Port Tamale is a tourist trap.
Yeah, I know. See, I was saying tourists.
But Nezrin's got a villa, and that's like posh as shit. Which I am not.
What's a Nezrin?
She's the love of my life. You've met her.
I thought that was seeing. Oh yeah, I thought the love of your life was seeing your enemies driven before you.
No. Violence has never been my favorite thing. I'm really good at it, so I do it.
Yeah, that's cool. Listen, about that whole doing it thing, I was wondering, I've got some errands I need to run, some stuff I want to do, just people I got to talk to. I got all this money burning a hole in my pocket, you know what I mean? Go buy some stuff. So I was wondering, what's your hourly? You got like a day rate or something, like for a bodyguard type position kind of a thing?
You want to pay me to be your bodyguard?
Yeah. I know you're busy. Your time is very valuable. You're about to go on your big trip to Port Denali.
Yep. You don't have to pay me to do stuff with you.
What?
You don't have to pay me to go do stuff with you. I'll just go. You said you had stuff to do.
Oh, I did? Man, this is like the longest conversation I've ever had.
No, it's not.
I've been talking for like 2.5 hours by now.
It's been like
all my milk.
A minute.
Look, I can't go steal my portal box. My portal box thing. You know what I'm talking about? I had a box. It's like a portal.
Can you stop whispering that to me? That's just gross. What? I don't want to know about your portal box. That's.
Can I get a napkin? I need to write on a napkin. I just had this really good idea for a short story. I've been taking a creative writing class. Could somebody get me a fucking pen and a fucking napkin, for God's sake? At this table, please. I'm sorry. Was I shouting?
You're at the bar.
There's a napkin right next to you under your milk.
Where?
Right there.
I need a dry one. I want to write this down.
Well, here, take mine.
I can't just go in and get the portal box right out of the place. So I think I'm going to build a new one. Right? That's the big idea. That's what I'm thinking about. I find out how to build it, and I get the stuff, and then I build it, and then I have a new portal box 2.0. Got it? Like a fucking better one, right? Fucking.
As you're whispering, a quill in a bottle of ink slides down the bar from where Roger is at the end. It stops right in front of you.
Smooth.
And without missing a beat, I just pick it up, and I just start going. Portal. See, okay, portal box, and then I strike it out. See what I'm saying? It's not an option. So it's a new portal box operation. New portal box. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this money, right? I'm gonna go around town. I'm gonna go meet these vendors, right? I'm gonna talk to these people, get to know them, get to know the marketplace, right? Start to do a little shopping, just to feel out what can I get my hands on that'll actually get me closer to tearing a hole between worlds, right? And I was thinking about driving a stake of fear through the heart of every citizen of the city, right? And basically
tearing a
scaring them into surrendering
through the realms sounds
I'm talking too loud.
bad.
Talk about this. The point is, I have to have it back. Do you understand me? I can't go on a fucking vacation. I'm not going to go sit on the beach. I'm not going to go pop blackheads out in Port Douchebag when I should be here kicking everyone's ass who's between me and the box.
Why do you...
Good pause there.
I can't hear anything you're saying because of my inputs are wrong. So
Okay.
I've gone deaf. Hold on a second. Hold on. Speaker. No, that's not right either. That's the wrong one. Here we go. There we go. Hello. Check.
Are you back?
I'm back. Hi. How you
Good. We're pausing your story now, and we're going back over to Wendell and Reagan.
I couldn't hear you.
That's fine. It's okay. So, Mr. Hassenpfeffer,
Yes.
was your manservant with you that evening?
Igor?
I believe that's is that the name? Yes, Mum. It's Igor. Yes, Igor. You're known to have a manservant by the name of Igor?
I am.
Suffers from some sort of physical deformity.
Yes, it's his hunched back.
Causes a strange gait when he walks.
Yes, he's had it since birth. I'd like to insight check them, because if they're asking specifically about him, that means they probably saw something.
It's like a very distinct gait.
That's what he's thinking. He's thinking the tracks. But he's...
Yeah, literally, that was the next thing they were going to say, that she was saying. You can insight if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, not a great insight, but they're just real sneaky. It's a 9.
A 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's no deceit in this. They're very forward in what they're saying. You believe that they're asking specifically because they're interested in Igor.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, he goes, yes, he was with us a bit. Not all night. He had a bunch of ice cream he wanted to eat back with the rest of group here at the inn.
Of your other members?
Yes.
Of your organization?
Yes.
That are also the ownership group of this particular establishment. Part owners, I believe?
Well, all of us are part owners. So, say it goes 5 ways.
It's not much information on the other half of the ownership group here, but...
no, we're the full owners now.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you only had 49%. At least that was the information we were given.
100% of the inn.
Oh, something has changed recently. A bit of good fortune for you. I wonder how that would happen. Take that down, please, Miss Wilson. So, the other members of your organization, I believe there's, well, some of them are here. There's the militant one over there, Howl, I believe is her name.
Yes, she's very into the Bahamut temple stuff recently.
Among other things, yes. There's that enigma of a man
he's insane.
next to her.
He's just I'm pretty sure clinically.
Doesn't exist until a few months ago. A very strange Lamont Quinlan. There's no record of him existing anywhere, coming in from anywhere.
He's not
Quite
from
strange.
around here. According to him, I believe he had a bit of a memory issue, so he could not actually
Everyone comes
be
from somewhere.
Lamont Quinlan. He could have a real actual name that's something else, but he just thinks he's Lamont Quinlan. He's...
And then the
Yes.
last member of your group is your group called Group.
Yes, group.
Interesting play on names. I enjoy that.
It's easy to remember.
Is an exile from the Iron Authority, a Harlan Flipcloak.
Oh yes, he can't stand the Iron Authority.
I'm sure. A bit of a wizard himself. Some
Yes, he-
local renown.
Well, he's quite excellent in the identification of things. He's very into dioramas. He's a good wizard.
It's an interesting a group of people to be owning an establishment of this type. I mean, you have muscle, you have someone who can do second story work, you have a servant, a mastermind, and then a wizard for all the arcane. It's quite an interesting collection of people. Are you an adventuring company, or?
Wendell hears that he's the mastermind, and it's not just coming from his mouth, and it fills him with such joy. But he keeps it cool. He's like, no, think about it later. I'm like, they're trying to get under my skin. They're trying to flatter me. Like, that's his internal monologue right now. He goes, we have been known to go on an adventure or two. We're currently considering potentially going out into Wildmount, perhaps. Maybe just further into the continent. We like to travel.
Take that down, Miss Wilson.
Not really sure where. Wildmount, Whitestone. There's lots sorts of places. The world's so much bigger than Amon.
Would you be traveling by ship?
We haven't decided yet. We haven't even decided where we're going. We've just talked about travel.
There's an airship leaving for Port Damali this evening. Someone on that ship is connected with the member of your organization. Strange time to be leaving the city.
Is it?
Just so recently after rumors have begun spreading, dissent within the clasp, big fight in the road, strange happenings at one of the council members' homes, that estranged daughter leaving suddenly. Your fingers seem to be in a lot of puddings. Possibly.
Wendell's stomach growls, I think, at the mention of pudding. He goes, I do like pudding, but... Oh,
here. And you see that there's a bowl of pudding. It slides it across the table. Here, have some.
No, I couldn't.
No, please.
I get it for free here.
We've had enough already this evening. The food is quite wonderful here.
Good.
I've been a regular at your establishment for some time.
I'll pass on the word to the chefs that you enjoy the food. And not punch my microphone.
Yes, please don't do that. It's bad for the ears.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is your statement.
Well, just more like your group has very varied individual interests.
But it's your statement that the only people inside your carriage on the night in question was your footman and personal servant Reagan here, yourself, a female companion, Miss Inkbrush, I believe.
Yes, quite delightful.
Really
into pugs.
And let's not get into that. I made the mistake of discussing things with her.
You could go on for hours about.
Miss Welbom has at least one parchment book full of pug information. You really shouldn't take so many notes.
I apologize. Yes,
and your manservant Igor was with you for part of the evening, but had ice cream.
Yes,
afterwards.
He gets very excited about ice cream.
But what about Miss Howell, Mr. Lamont Quinlan, and Mr. Harlan Flipcloak?
Well, Mr. Flipcloak, Howell, and Lamont, they were eating ice cream for a good portion of the evening. I did not get back till late, so I'm not sure what they did besides ice cream.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I think happened. And as she says that, we switch back over to Lamont and Howell.
But like punching, rips in dimensions seems bad. Doesn't seem like a good time.
No, it's gonna be fine. I know exactly what I'm doing.
The last time Wendell opened a portal, a bunch of fucking face fucks came out.
Well, what?
Those space things. They had like tentacle mouths.
Okay. No, I'm not going to the tentacle mouth world. It's not what we're doing. I want to go back. Do you understand? I want to go back to where
I don't understand like half the stuff you say.
Where you're from, where I'm from, the place that we're from mutually, that you don't want to go back to for some fucking reason because your life is so awesome. Down here, I want to go back. I'm going back. It's actively happening. It's not like an aspirational thing. Like this is in motion. Okay, this has been happening for a while now.
Okay.
So I'm saying that before you go on your super cool vacation with your girlfriend and just go skipping off into the sunset. And I don't mean to be rude. And am I envious? Maybe, but I'm mostly distracted. I think I've wasted a lot of time I'm trying to make up for it. You understand?
Sure.
So you're there to make sure I don't get ripped off. Okay?
You're talking to the wrong person. I'm not a money person.
No. I'll do the money. But if they're being weird and I go, you smash their head.
I'm not just gonna attack somebody just because they're being weird. If
Well,
that was the case, I should attack you every
No,
time you
try-
talk.
Just define being weird. Okay? Trying to
Fine, being weird.
let's establish some parameters. Okay? Trying to look, I'm gonna have to roll deep. Do you understand? I want to get in there, I want to make an impression, right? We're gonna go in, be like, hey, look, I want the thing. I'm not fucking around. I got some people here. They need the thing just as bad. See what I'm saying? Need some presence. Need to make an impression. I need people on the street. I want to work with people I can trust. Do you
I have
understand?
no doubt that you make an impression anywhere you go, Lamont.
Is that a shot at me?
No, I'm being serious. You make an impression whenever you go somewhere. Hey, Roger, can I get a couple more shots? I don't think I'm gonna need them.
I get the feeling you're not taking me seriously.
I'm taking you very seriously. I just don't understand half of what you're saying. And I have repeatedly told you that I don't want to be a violent person anymore. And you want me to go attack people when they're being weird.
I want the threat of an attack to be part of the implication of your presence. Do you understand?
Okay, so you want me to be a big scary person in the background.
See? Now you're getting warmer.
Roger
Okay.
walks over. He goes, "You want 4 this time?
Yeah. Actually,
Alright.
make it 5.
5?
Yeah.
How about 6? 1 to groan.
Works. Thanks, Roger.
Pours it out.
Such an idiot.
So, do you need any more milk or anything?
No,
All right.
Cookies.
No. I don't need any more milk.
Cookies
Cookies?
for the milk. Yeah.
So, do you want cookies?
Bring the cookies.
I will bring cookies.
Thanks, Roger. You're the best.
I love how you two guys are eating cookies and milk at the bar, because that makes my ice cream social explanation so much more plausible and believable.
While I was taking shots.
Yes. They're crazy and they like sweets, okay? Like, what do you want from me?
So why can't you build this thing while we're on vacation? Because I'm sure Port Damali has like exotic shit. It's a port. They get all different kinds of like rare materials and stuff like that coming in all the time. I feel like that'd be a good place to, gather stuff to build. You're muted. I don't know what you're saying.
Kind of rare materials.
I don't know, like rare metals. I heard, it was a long time ago, a couple of years ago, somebody was talking about like sky metal. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds like it'd be good for a fucking portal. I don't know. You're the genius.
Sky metal.
Yeah, like it fell from the sky, left a big crater and burned up. I don't know.
And they have this at this port demon place.
The demon port? They could. I don't know. We could ask somebody. We can be like, hey, what do they sell in Port Damali?
Can I get a drink too? Can I have one of those? Well, you got like 25 of them. I want
Got
one of these.
6.
What are
You
you
can have
drinking?
2.
What are you drinking? What is this?
It's like 100 proof moonshine kind of deal. Not quite 100, but
That's just alcohol.
feels
Just
like
drink.
it's
Roger
great.
comes over with a plate of different types of cookies. He goes, "It's
Yes.
basically rubbing alcohol, but that's what she likes when she's in this mood.
Got a little bit of cinnamon in it. It's really good.
Nutmeg this time.
Ah, nice. You always switch
Yeah.
it up, Roger. Make it interesting.
I'm good.
Trying to
Can
keep
I
it
get
happy.
like a whiskey glass of milk so I can dip my cookies in?
Yeah, I'll just
I'm not dipping it in his.
No, that's probably wise.
Yeah.
Here, and he puts out a little whiskey glass, pours some milk for you.
Yes, you're the best, Roger.
I took
I'm
a
gonna-
bath.
We all saw,
Yeah.
sir.
Are there like double chocolate chocolate chip cookies?
Right? No, unfortunately, these are just, we have a oatmeal, a sugar, and a normal chocolate chip. I'm sorry.
Man. No, you're good. You're good.
That they didn't have double. I'm sorry.
That's
This is
okay.
what the kitchen had.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take one of the oatmeal cookies. Is it oatmeal cookie or oatmeal raisin?
It's oatmeal.
Yes. That's the best kind. Don't ever put raisins in a cookie. That is fucking blasphemous.
I don't bake, so I would never have that problem.
You tell the kitchen.
I will pass your words along.
Thanks, Roger. You're the best. I take
Thank
an
you.
oatmeal cookie.
He retreats back away.
Hal might be getting a little drunk.
You've been
Yeah, let's roll a con. Let's just roll a con save real quick to see how drunk you're getting now.
What
You've
is-
done a lot of shots.
My con's okay. It's a +5.
Just a quick con.
16.
Okay, you're fine. You're getting tipsy, but you're not under the table yet.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying you can get stuff in Port Damali, but I'm saying you can't not get stuff in Port Damali.
All right, I'll go.
Sweet.
Where
Vacation!
when are you going?
After we take care of this council stuff. So probably within the week.
Sounds like a long time.
I mean, we can still like shop for shit while we're here. They just
Okay.
don't have to get everything, I guess.
All right, what are you doing? What time is it? I fell asleep. What time is it right
I
now?
don't know. I haven't gone outside in like days.
That's a true statement. We haven't even hardly seen
We
the
haven't
sunshine.
stepped outside
We've been
in
in the
days.
sewers.
It's dark outside. You're not sure what time it is.
It could be like early morning, it could be late. I don't fucking know. I'm drinking alcohol and milk and cookies. Drinking milk and alcohol and eating cookies. That's what I meant.
Who is
As her con save
Who-
goes down to like a 14.
Who's what?
what's the why is Wendell having dinner with those people?
I don't know. They have
What?
really green hair. Are they like druids or something?
That's why I was looking at it. Their hair's green.
And she's blue. Those colors don't really go
I
very
didn't
well
even
together.
notice that.
At least not in those shades.
He is blue.
She.
Like-
she's
She?
blue. That's a woman. Yeah.
That's what I said. I said she.
You said he.
No, I didn't. I said she.
I don't know. Maybe I'm drunk. I don't know what you fucking said.
Ugh.
As this intellectual battle between equals continues on, let's go back over to the table. So, here's the way I see it, Master Hospital. On the night in question, a carriage of significant weight spent some time parked in front of these warehouses where the event happened. We can tell that they were there for some time because of the weight of the wagon rut where they were sitting. It's very deep. It only
It's
happens in
probably
this
when
particular...
Mr. Sif and I had a little altercation, disagreement.
Yes, that must be it. And we know that it had to be a wagon or carriage of such type, or at least one of these particular types of this weight has to be pulled by 6 horses at least. Now, there are only 22 registered 6-horse carriages in the city of Amman, and only 6 of those are privately owned. We do also know that the gods saw your particular carriage crossing the southern gate of the Erudite Quarter in the Central District around the same time as the event was happening on that same night. The crest of the Grayskull Shadow is emblazoned upon both doors of your carriage, and so it's very easily recognizable, as is the shade of red that your tiefling coachman. And she
Yes.
just sort of winks up at Reagan. It was also confirmed by the guards at the southern gate leading to Little Whitestone that you were there in about the amount of time it takes to travel from those particular 2 locations. Also, in the mud of the road, now this is where it starts getting interesting. In the mud of the road where the tracks are found, there are shoe impressions consistent with a large group. 7 sets of distinct footfalls.
were found in relation to the placement of the carriage.
7, really?
7. Now, what's interesting is that these footfalls did not include any of the blood or viscera of the event that happened. They were filled with blood and viscera, so that means they happened prior to the event itself. So they were there at the same time. Your servant, Igor, his particular gait is quite easy to replicate in the mud, and is seen walking along with the other sets of footfalls.
Quite a distinct individual. Hard to miss him.
Over towards a very plain warehouse across the street from where it was parked. Only 2 of those sets of footprints ever went back to the carriage. Now, I'm not sure what your organization had to do in that area, but when I give my report to Arbiter Goldhand, I will be stating that your organization group was most definitely in the area and did not leave the area by any means that we can tell during the events of what happened, unless you can give me a very good reason why you were there.
Oh, well, if you're confused as to footprints, we do have a flying carpet, which... yeah, those don't really leave tracks of...
There is a note here of you acquiring something like that. It was seen just this evening, I believe.
Yes.
For the very first time.
Oh, well...
Seems like a very
I've used
interesting...
it before, but not often.
He looks at you very closely.
Which is
Would you like to make a deception?
True. We have used it before, that incident, but not often.
You could not have... No, before the incident of the...
Before we were spotted in the park. So we've used the carpet before it was seen with us last night. Just not often. Which is true.
So it is your conjecture that you took a carriage with your group to this location, which is an empty, useless warehouse in the middle of a road where other warehouses are of disuse. You then decided at some point not to re-enter your carriage with your friend who you said you spent the evening with, or your coachman, and there you decided to fly off on a carpet?
Well, I told you, Mr. Sif and I had a bit of a disagreement, which we were able to resolve back here at the Shadow.
But why were your other compatriots flying with you and not in the carriage?
Well, they came to pick me up.
It seems rather strange. Peculiar, if you might.
Yes, it would be odd. They were having the ice cream social. I don't know what else they did that evening, but they did pick me up.
Oh, so now you're saying that your friends in the ice cream social...
Yes, Howl, Harlan...
to you...
Yes.
On the carpet?
Yes.
Then who were the other people who got out of the carriage?
Well, they were... Look, landed on top of the carriage. They then got off.
No. The weight of the footfalls would be different in the impressions in the mud if they were to jump from a higher point on the carriage.
They climbed down, obviously. They're not cretins.
Well, then in that case, their footfalls would have been faced in a different direction unless you said they climbed backwards down off the carriage.
There's the stairs.
To descend by climbing, your toes would point towards the carriage. However, these steps were from pointing out of the carriage.
This is a large carriage, right? It's got stairs that come out, like little
It's got two
stairs.
steps. It's got 2 steps
so in that
down.
case, he'd be like, no, they climbed down and walked down the steps like civilized people. Giving the impression that they, I guess, walked off the carriage.
So you're saying that they hung over an open door, then turned in the air to land on the steps to step down at a normal gait instead of climbing down like the coachman would.
Well, the
using
coachman's seat was full.
the associated ladder on the back of the carriage, which would allow them to descend quite safely and carefully.
Look, I never said they were the smartest people. Just civilized.
As I knock back 3 more shots
and
go,
and shove a cookie. Yes. And I look back and I'm like, oh my god, they're eating cookies at this hour. Oh,
Master Hassenpfeffer?
yes.
So it's your statement that you had absolutely no reason to be in the area and nothing to do with the terrible tragedy that happened?
Absolutely nothing to do with that horrid scene of violence, and I didn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard about it the next day, which was quite startling.
And do you know any reason why it might have happened?
Well, I'd heard things, obviously, that the class was having some type of division, like you said. Also, rumor that the Myriad was in town.
Oh,
perhaps there was some type of...
That hasn't been released yet from the...
As I said,
Arbiter's office.
Only rumors. I know people.
Oh, really? And who might these people be? Because if they're releasing information that's privy only to the Arbiter's office, then they might need to be questioned themselves.
Oh, well, they're not in the Arbiter's office, I can tell you that much.
So you're not willing to divulge your informants?
I know, Wendell's so bad. He has a 10 intelligence. He's not terribly smart. He's just charming as fuck. And a little wise. He's got a little wisdom. He says, well, I don't exactly know their names.
So you just take information on face value from people you don't know who they are?
I said it was a rumor, not fact.
Hmm.
You asked why I thought it might have happened. Well, we know for certain, in the newspapers at least, it says that the class was potentially involved. What would make the class angry? Rumors of the Myriad.
It's a shadow organization from across the sea that has never been foreseen in force here in Iman ever? Yes, that's quite a logical jump to make. Well,
look,
we'll just have to see.
Don't they normally try to do things off the streets? It'd have to be something to cause quite a stir.
Well, just so you know, I don't particularly think most of your story quite fits with the facts that I've seen, so I'll just be releasing your statements along with my own conjectures to the Arbiter's office, and I'm sure we'll be speaking again.
Oh, I'm sure. Have a wonderful evening, and enjoy the rest of your dinner.
Oh, we will. You can see yourself out now.
This is my home.
Right, but we don't want you sitting at our table.
Oh, and he was getting up as he said that. He wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he wasn't just sitting there and saying that. He would have stood up as he said, enjoy the rest of your dinner.
And so you see Sekhmet kind of just look at Reagan as you walk away. I'd like to speak with you, if I might, at some point, Mr. Reagan. Privately, if possible. And he just like, I'll speak with my employer and see if it's possible, if I might. But you understand, there is some he's like stammering as he's talking to her. It's like it's confidential agreements here sometimes, and so I'm limited.
Reagan. I'll be like telepathically, Reagan, you're not playing it cool. I know I was a little uncool there myself. They're intense, but while it's all still fresh in your brain, you should probably just talk to them. If you have the time, I know you have other duties and obligations here, but I have nothing that I need, is what I'll say verbally.
Of course, sir. I don't believe it. He looks over at Hal and Lamont and kind of like, please give me something to do. Do you guys even acknowledge him looking over at you? Or can you...
Am I aware enough to know that he's looking?
If I see the look, I can telepathically boop Hal.
Like, hey, Reagan! Just a little drunk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to take care of the other owner group. Yes, I will speak with you in soon, I'm sure. Miss Doom.
Ow.
Reagan just like kind of just blows by Hal into the back office. All right, so let's head over. Okay, you walk over?
Yeah.
All right, so then you walk in on the two of them. I need a drink
after that.
You walk over to Lamont and Hal having this discussion.
Okay, but like, what? No, go ahead. You're top. Oh,
No,
fuck.
that's what I'm saying. Don't hit me. No, they're called.
I didn't hit you.
They're called fingers, and yet they don't fing. Right?
But toes don't toe.
I know. Noodle that
So-
one. That's the conspiracy.
And
That's
elbows
just what
don't
they-
elb.
That they could hear
No.
the conversation. It would make so
I'm
much
saying,
more
man, none of it
voice,
makes
it'd make
sense.
It would make
Yeah, I mean,
everything make sense.
Life doesn't make sense.
Why are you
so-
whispering?
I'm not whispering. You're whispering.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Why are you
Oh,
whispering?
hey, Wendell, what's up?
Just muttering to myself about logic and the lack thereof. As he kind of
What
just
did the,
looks at the two of them. Like,
What did Tweedledum and Tweedledee did the what are those ones want?
Nice.
they're
Nice.
very...
Shut up.
They're
I've
Nice.
had like 15 shots at this point. Not that.
Wendell.
Yes.
Last meal. Go. Last meal.
What would you eat for
Go.
your last meal? Go.
Go.
We've already said ours. Go.
Alright, well, if I was to pick a last meal, I would have, to drink with it, I would have a lovely, Hossenpfeffer port.
Boo! You
No.
can't drink your own
Don't care.
wine.
Red
Yes,
wine.
I
What else you
can.
having? Red wine and
So port.
Nope.
Port wine with a
Whatever.
lovely. God, Wendell is this person. I want to say like medium rare, but he would say medium well steak, because he's horrible. He's awful.
Ugh,
Like a
you're the
medium well
worst.
steak and some twice
can't eat
baked
steak like
rosemary
that.
glazed potatoes
Ugh,
with
you're
a
so
truffle,
gross.
dusting of truffles on top.
You want mushrooms? Man, I can get you some mushrooms that
No.
are way better than
No,
that.
no truffles. It's
Mushrooms.
it's abuse.
I
Do you
can get you
understand
some
how?
mushrooms that will have you seeing sound,
I
and
don't
hearing colors.
wish to see
It's
sound.
some
nor
good shit.
hear colors.
It's the result of culinary abuse. That's what's happening right now.
It's
You've
drugs is
you've
what
been-
it is.
You've been through a lot.
Slides in. Mr. Hassenpfeffer, would you like a drink?
Please.
What might I get you?
He can have one of these, and I'm gonna put a shot
No.
down in front of him. Yes.
Oh.
No, you shared your last meal, and now you gotta take a shot.
You
Those are the rules. It's the rules,
Where
Wendell.
are these rules written?
You can't break the rules. They're in my head.
Wendell, if you do one, I'll do one.
You already did two.
I don't want you to do
If
any
you do
more.
one, I'll do a third one.
No, how about you just...
Yeah, you have. It's
Take
the
the-
rules.
I'll just bring you a bottle of wine.
Yes, please, red. A red wine.
Red? Yes.
Yes.
Not a Hassenpfeffer, because that's pretentious as fuck.
It's delicious. As fuck.
Pretentious.
Roger comes over with a nice
You made
glass.
wine as
Take a
delicious as
shot.
mine, you would drink it all the time, too.
Drink your shot.
This is one of Sifa's more popular imports. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's a
Wendell.
restaurant variety.
Wendell.
And look at the label. The
Wendell.
Western what?
Wendell.
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 Wendell, drink your shot.
As long as it's not the Western Hassenpfeffers.
Why are we saying Wendell?
No,
Because
it's
he
not a
needs to drink his
Hassenpfeffer.
shot.
Okay, then he'll
Wendell.
pour himself
Drink
glass
your shot.
properly.
Wendell.
He'll open the bottle, let it aerate for a moment.
Shot. Drink your
Fine.
Wendell.
If you will get
Wendell.
you two to shut up, I will
You
take
lo-
this shot.
But you're like longingly sniffing the cork. You just
Yes, I'll just sniff this while I. Is this even
don't-
alcohol? Is this even a beverage?
You
It's
don't
got
drink
nutmeg
that.
in it.
Cinnamon.
Nutmeg.
I'm pretty sure they use it to take paint off of like rusted
It's good
like
shit.
farm equipment.
I cast
Take a shot.
detect poison and disease.
glows.
Oh,
It is
this
definitely
not,
poisonous.
This is not healthy.
Fine. And I've had that many. Roger, how many have I had?
You're at 21 now.
That many?
You're going to
Wow.
die.
That's older than I am. I'm only 10.
You're...
You know, I'm pretty sure I have a traumatic brain injury, but there's no fucking way you're 10 years old. I'm just saying.
I'm 10.
You're far too
I
developed
can-
for a 10-year-old.
10
I
what?
10 years old. I can
10 years
remember
old.
10 years of my life. So
No.
I've been here
Oh,
for
no.
10 years.
That's because no, 10 years ago, that's when you murdered me and sent me to this
yeah,
plane of
that's
existence.
telling me about
Can I get another one of
Really hope they're listening to
two of
this.
Wendell, drink your shot.
Well, that's right. You destroyed the portal. You were trying to destroy the portal box that I had spent my life building.
Oh.
And then in front of my family, you incidentally knocked me into the portal, sending me here. And that's when I lost my memory.
But then I didn't kill you. If I knocked you into a portal, then you didn't die. You just came here. So I didn't murder you.
How loud is she?
Gotcha!
So I didn't murder you.
Gotcha!
I'm pretty sure that everyone in the bar can hear this particular conversation right now.
Wendell's really hoping that those two ladies are listening in and going, they're just batshit crazy. We can't take anything they say at a value. And he'll go, I'll take a sip.
No, the whole thing. See, now you just made it worse for yourself.
Serving alcohol.
This isn't even a beverage. This is...
You can put more nutmeg in it.
You use this to clean wounds.
No, just put more nutmeg in it. It'll be fine.
It's not going to help.
Yes, it will. It tastes like nutmeg.
How about I put it... I look for anything to save me.
Drink that shot and I'll let you punch me in the face.
You can dunk a cookie in it.
I don't want to punch you in the face. I don't want to dunk a cookie in this rubbing alcohol. Lamont, when have I ever said I want to punch you in the... I've never implied that I would degrade myself to such violence.
I'm telling you that you can.
I don't wish to degrade myself to such low levels of violence, no.
Yeah, plus you hit like a bitch, so...
You've never seen me hit.
Comment con save, please.
Ow.
God damn it.
Did you hear what Hal just said about...
DC's getting more difficult now.
Well, that's a 10, so...
She's never seen me hit anything physically.
I'm sorry, what was the number?
15.
15. How the room is spinning right now. You looked over at Wendell to say you hit like a bitch, and there are three of
a bitch.
And you're talking to the one on the right, so she's not looking at you when she said that. I need you to make a disadvantaged dexterity save as you turned to say that to Wendell.
You've never seen me hit anyone
That's a
physically.
7, so
because I don't
9.
do that type of thing.
You slide off the stool.
Oh, now
onto
she's
the
on the
ground.
floor.
I just kind of lay there and just like, this is real fucking comfortable floor.
We have very nice floors here, yes.
It's not even sticky.
Why are you down there now?
She fell.
Because there's 4 of him.
There's only one of me.
No, there's 4.
Be very helpful if I had.
3. There's 3. I know how to count. Shut up.
Yes, and you're 10 years old.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Wendell.
Yes, Lamont.
What were you talking to those people about?
They were asking questions, and I was answering the best of my
Hey,
ability.
Lamont.
Yeah. What?
Can you give me a cookie? And she just holds an arm up.
Yeah, hang
I
on.
imagine it's moving.
Give me a sugar one. Give
What
me
kind
like
of
a
questions?
Sugar,
You
a
want
sugar one.
Here,
Yeah.
there's 2 of them.
Roger comes
Thanks.
around the bar and is trying to help you back up. I think it might be bedtime for you there, Miss.
We've got it. We've got it.
Don't be mean to Roger. He loves you.
What?
He drops Hal. He was helping her, just drops her.
Oh, you're that one.
Oh, you're
I'm not sure exactly what Miss Hal is saying right now. She's not.
She just starts yelling Reagan's name.
What was your name? Reagan?
Reagan.
I'm Roger Roger. The same name as I've always had since I've been working the evening
Roger.
shifts.
How do you spell that?
Reagan.
Hold on a second. No, how? Shh. Shut up.
Roger. Roger.
He's Roger.
It's Roger.
Roger.
Oh man, Roger.
Where's Reagan?
Does that
Reagan
hurt
comes
you?
around. It's like, oh my, did you fall down, Miss Hal?
Yeah. There's
Do
too
you
many
need me to take you to your
Wendells.
room?
There's too many
Please.
Wendells.
I
All
can't
right.
even handle one of them.
Roger and Reagan both kind of lift you up, and then Reagan takes most of the weight and starts walking. It's like, I'll get Artie to help when we get up towards your room.
Thank you.
Thanks, Reagan. You're my favorite.
And Roger's like, oh my, what a
You
terrible
dropped
evening this
me.
has been. You said something you should not have said.
I'm drunk.
No excuses.
I'm drunk.
Fine.
Hey,
we just hear
Ro-
Hal
hey-
yelling, I'm drunk, quieter and quieter, as she goes up the stairs.
Hey, Roger. Roger.
They're gone, Lamont. They'll be back down in a few minutes once they
What?
have Howl back up in her room. And she's getting put to bed.
Let's take a moment here real quick. Shiny Pilot's ready to come in.
Oh, sweet. Yes,
We have an Igor.
We have an Igor. I will
A wild
put us
Igor appears.
on the countdown screen because I have a lot of camera shuffling to do. So we will BRB. And we're back with playing away musical cameras, musical chairs, and we've got our Igor back. Yay!
Yay!
Hello, it's good to be back.
Well, as Howl is being carried upstairs from her drunken debauchery at the bar,
I was about to ask.
let's go jump in with Igor and see what he's been doing during all of this time. Igor, last we left you were putting up the bath supplies after setting up Lamont's bath in his room. While you were up there, Harlan made a beeline without saying much from the secret entrance to the subterranean lair through Lamont's office, through his room, into his own room. Didn't really say anything but hello. And so you're in Lamont's room putting up bath supplies.
Well, that was interesting. Guess he doesn't need more juice. And he's grabbing the rest of the candles and the smelly soaps and salts, and he's doing a little bit of tidying up around the room, probably with the feather duster, maybe doing some cleaning, because I figured that his room hasn't been cleaned in a while. And the shaking of the head, no, he's kind of cleaning as he works his way out slowly but surely.
It was in the same state as his clothing.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, okay, Igor just goes about to task.
So that took you a little while, which is great because at this point you hear Howl coming up the stairs going, I've been drinking.
Does it sound like she's by herself or is there other people?
It sounds like there's more footsteps, but it's definitely Howl bellowing up the stairwell.
I figured
Reagan,
that Igor...
Go ahead. You're good.
Igor just kind of opened the door if it wasn't already open and kind of poke his head into the hallway. Be like, how?
Yeah, Hal's like draped across Reagan and has like a fistful of his hair and is just tugging like a kid and like, Reagan.
Yes,
Reagan.
Yes, Miss Howe. Yes, Miss Howe.
Oh, you got really soft hair.
Thank you. It's just hair. Don't know why it's any different than anyone else's.
I don't know. I mean, hey, Igor!
Hey, guys. How are you looking? Pretty sleepy?
Yeah.
Drinky?
No, I'm not tired.
Cool.
When did your brothers show up?
I don't have a brother. I have a brother?
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of you. You got 2 brothers. They look
Just kinda
exactly
looking
like
left
you.
and right down the hallway and kind of in the room, but
Where he's like, Master Igor, she's had quite a bit to drink at the bar tonight with Roger Roger and Lamont.
It had nutmeg in it.
that sounds quite nutty. And
And we had milk and cookies, but we didn't have double chocolate chip
Is-
cookies.
is there any leftovers?
I've got 2 here. Do you want one?
I mean,
Where did you pull these cookies out?
She's
Yes.
been holding them
Okay.
because
oh my.
she asked Lamont.
And you
first.
just
She's like,
had
hey,
them
give
in
me
your hands this whole
So are you rubbing the cookie in Reagan's hair?
Yeah,
as
she
you're-
had like the cookie on her palm, like at his hair.
Uh,
Not 2 cookies in one hand. No, 1 in each.
Nope.
okay, well then Eagle would kind of like, okay, he'd approach and he'd grab the cookies.
Yeah,
What
they're
the
really
heck,
good.
dude?
The kitchen staff knows what the fuck they're doing,
Or maybe like picking hair bits out of one of them.
but they need to figure out how to make chocolate double chip cookies, double chocolate cookie chips.
I've never heard of those. But they
They're
sound
they're
impressive.
chocolate, and then they have chocolate chips in them, and they make really good muffins. I'm really hungry now.
Oh, that sounds good. Maybe we could go get some food. You want food, Reagan? Can we go
Yes.
get food?
I believe Miss Hal actually needs to take a break for a little while.
Aw.
She's had such a long day.
Reagan.
Could I bring food to you, Al?
Yes.
I just got done cleaning this room, and I can get you food on the way down.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take Miss Hal to her room now, and then I'll be back downstairs if you need any help, Igor.
Can I have a bath?
Who's she saying that to?
Whoever
She
said.
just says it.
Addressing the room.
I mean,
Well,
I could run your bath, but Master Igor, you seem to have a lot of bath supplies in your hands.
I actually do here. I just got done giving Mr.
You got like the super girly smelly shit. I love that stuff.
Got some rosemary. He holds up the used sprig. It's kind of like
Did-
warped from the water.
Did you know that Wendell wants rosemary potatoes for his last meal? It's fucking bullshit. And
I-
then he wouldn't
I
even
believe
drink
it.
a shot.
I believe it. Monster does like his
And-
potatoes.
And the pretentious fuck drinks his own wine
The
as his last meal.
well, the Holstenpfeffer vineyards are pretty well popular and known from where we're from. And Monster prides himself on drinking the family vintage to,
Don't you know you never taste your own product? That's like bad luck.
Unless you're like a winery or a brewery.
is that the truth? Really?
Yeah. Like when you have mushrooms, you don't taste them. You sell them to people.
Oh no, she's basing
Maybe-
it off drugs.
Maybe that's why the family's been having such. Well, like there's a light bulb moment in Igor's head that the reason why there's so many problems with the vineyard is because we're drinking our own wine. It's so simple. Why
I've
didn't I
got
think
some.
of
Do
this?
you want? I've got some really good mushrooms. Do you want some?
Oh no.
I typically don't go in for a mushroom.
You just need one, and it'll be fantastic.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll grab one later from you.
Okay, they're really good. I promise.
How about I just go to her room, Reagan? I'll get a bath going and I'll leave and I'll get the food.
All right, so Reagan takes Hal to her room. Igor heads
Oh my
downstairs, and I would like to place a disclaimer. Laugh Love Ladies channel does not condone
Nope.
excessive drinking
No.
nor the unsupervised use of recreational drugs at any time.
No,
Please see your
no.
doctor before trying anything.
I am the
Back to
most
the show.
straight-laced person ever.
Yeah.
I've never done drugs.
She's a
The D&D
librarian.
character-
This has been that
Characters,
type of
however.
episode. I figured I should put a disclaimer in there. So I just
My D&D
We
characters
do
are a
this so
whole
you
nother
can
story.
see the terrible life choices.
This is an educational program.
Yeah.
all right. So Igor, you head downstairs
After
and you
making
see
bath.
Wendell and Lamont at the bar with Roger Roger.
Wendell and Lamont at the bar with Roger Roget. Okay. Wendell will kind of nod, like pointing to the bath stuff, and he will go and start putting stuff back away in the kitchen. Maybe grabbing some cookies and some other foodstuffs if they have it. He kind of munching on it as he's putting stuff away, with intent to go over and see Wendell and Roger Roget.
If there's like those little bowl of like bar snacks, it's just gone. Wendell's eaten it. He's just been snacking on it.
If
there's also a plate
tell your butler
that had cookies, but it's just crumbs now.
No cookies left. Between Hal and Lamont, I imagine there weren't many, and then Wendell's basically almost always hungry now, so they're just...
Okay.
And there's a Hal print on the floor behind Lamont and Wendell.
Okay. Igor will... Sorry, stuff's beeping. Igor will continue putting stuff away, and once he's done with that, he'd probably be looking around for more snacks like those cookies. Failing finding any of that, he'd probably go speak with the cook if anybody's available. Be like, do you guys have any more food?
The kitchen is shutting down at this time.
Those jacks.
But there is food there, and you do also see a platter of cookies.
I'll get the cookies. All of them.
Okay.
He grabs the platter of cookies and he'll kind of look towards Wendell and Roger and Lamont's there. Or...
Yes, Lamont is at the table as well, at the bar as well.
Would you guys like any cookies?
Yeah, I have one of those.
Sure thing. And he'll hand you a couple cookies. And Master, would you like some cookies?
Yes.
How many would you care for, Master?
How many do you have?
Igor looks at the plate, and he wants cookies for himself, so he's debating how much to tell you he has.
But he's literally holding a platter.
He's holding the platter
cookies
in front of you.
This is partially a challenge.
And Igor will be like, as much as you need, Master.
Fine. Like just like a big handful. Like it's like a quarter of the cookies that were on the plate.
A small tear wells up in his eye. No, he'll
This should sustain me for the time being.
Very good, Master. Do you need any of my services, as I need to run upstairs to Owl as she is making a bath with Reagan and requested cookies?
I'm sorry, what?
Owl is having a bath with Reagan, and I'm to bring cookies.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to put in place some policies, perhaps here at the... We'll talk about it in the morning. No, I don't need anything.
Mr. Roger, would you like some cookies?
Different mental image, perhaps.
No, I'm not interested in cookies this evening.
Very well. Marsha, I shall return forthwith after I deliver.
Take your time. You can only
Cookies.
deal with so much at a time.
Very well. Kind of bow out and go away with his plate and work his way back upstairs.
Okay. So we'll stay with Wendell and Lamont and the cookies.
So,
Yes. Lamont.
Roger,
Yes, sir.
how's it going?
It's just another evening in paradise, sir.
Right? Crazy. So, you like stuff?
I have been known to enjoy stuff, and I like things.
Sure. What do you dream about?
Puppy dogs and rainbows.
Really?
And a day off from this place occasionally.
It's funny. Wendell?
I don't sleep.
Oh, right. You told me that you don't sleep.
Really? You don't sleep?
I don't sleep.
Like at all. You don't do it.
You don't even have any bags under your eyes or anything. You have to do like a skincare routine or something? For your age, you look quite well. You look great.
I'm just naturally like this.
Oh, genetics. Whatever that is.
Yes.
You have good
Bloodline.
parentage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good
bloodline,
pedigree.
yes. heritage or
Yes.
something like that.
Mhm.
I'm
So
not
you
sure.
actually don't have to do it. It's not that you just don't want to. You like don't
I just don't. I don't sleep.
at all.
No.
I mean, I would probably sell my soul to a devil or something for that good of looks at that age.
Really?
I mean, good. I mean, looks are fleeting. You have to sell you something to keep them.
Slides across the counter.
What is this?
He's gonna give you one of
prison?
He's gonna give you one of those if you keep talking to him about this
Oh.
stuff. I got a couple
I mean,
of
what
them.
is this about? I'm
He's
not
really
big into
into it.
cults.
It's
It's
into
not.
this
It's
whole
not a
prison thing.
cult. It's not. It's not a cult. It's an organization. People.
I mean, I'm already employed by the shadow. I don't think
Yes.
I can have.
oh
it's
no,
kind of
it's
like
more of
non-disclosure,
like
non-compete.
something in your free time. You know.
Oh boy.
Oh,
All
well, right there, I don't really have any, but
Oh,
that's.
well, I mean, you can even do it while working. I mean, there's really not much work or effort to put
Okay,
into
all
it.
right.
It's
Roger.
just kind of
Yes, sir.
Roger,
exist.
I like take Roger's chin and point it at my face. Roger.
Personal space. There's.
Roger.
Yes, sir.
Be honest.
Why?
We're pals, right?
We're pals in such way that you are my employer and I am the employee. Yes.
That's not what I'm hearing.
Well, that's what I said.
That's not what I'm hearing on the streets.
He means on the floor.
I mean, you can't listen. You can't take anything that drunk Hal has said with a grain of salt, of course.
Sober Hal told me that you got a jug of love for me and you're thirsty for what I got.
I don't believe those words were ever uttered between her and I at any point in time.
No?
No.
No, those weren't the words she used, but being similar. Take a sip of my wine.
Because it's cool. If you have, emotions one way or the other. I'm an
Yes,
emotional
I hope
guy.
that everyone has emotions. If you don't, there's a problem.
Don't lie to yourself, Roger.
I try not to.
Set yourself free.
Should I start looking for another job? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
No, Roger.
I'm really confused at this evening already.
Most people are confused when they speak to Lamont for any matter of extended seconds to minutes.
Of course. Yeah, I hear Barden in the back calling for me. I'll be right back.
Yes.
And he heads into the back.
I give him the look that says, run while you can. Like,
Like, look at Wendell. I was like, what the fuck? I thought he was the one with the crush on me.
he is, but I think, Lamont, that you're coming on a bit strong and he's a bit shy.
Well, oh god, I hate
you
shy people. Shy people drive me fucking crazy. I can't get a read on them. I can't
Less
button them
shy
down.
and more like it's generally frowned upon for employer and employee to,
Oh right, there's
So
that.
Also,
He's
you have a
being
passive
reserved.
intimidation of like 19.
I do. It's so good.
he probably finds you intimidating.
And again, and
Not
I think,
only
and-
are you
and-
employer, but he's attracted to you. He probably finds it very intimidating.
it's the 19th.
Yes.
When I think about him, and I like to think that part of the reason that he has a passive intimidation of 19 is because
Just doesn't know how
even though he
intense
has goggles,
is.
even though he has goggles on, you can tell he's fucking crazy and he's got nothing to lose. And there's something unpredictable about his body language. I like to think that he's akimbo at all times. Wendell,
Yes.
I'm trying. Maybe you're better at this than I am. I'm
Oh.
trying to manipulate people into doing my terrible bidding, and it's not going very well.
Oh, do you need lessons?
Apparently, because I keep taking a swing at this, and you keep giving me paper. What is this? I've got all this paper now. Do I have to keep them and turn them in, like when we're done or something?
no,
You
book
don't want
reports
any of
aren't
this back,
required.
do you?
No, it's fine. Just keep it.
It's just information. I read them when I'm when I'm going boom in the water closet. Look,
Yes. You generally, if you want people to do your dark bidding, as you call it,
Yeah.
it helps to be personable and persuasive, because then they'll actually want to do things for you.
Really?
Yes.
Sort of thinking I could create a circumstance whereby they can't say no to me.
That
You know?
works in specific circumstances.
Either because they're afraid of my hurting them or
It's because
retaliating
they're afraid,
against
but
them.
fear generally doesn't do as well in the long term. While
Really?
keeping a grip on people, no. Fear is more of a short-term arrangement.
That's a bummer.
mean,
Well, and then I was thinking I could buy it. Like I thought I was just like, I've got all this
that
money
what
now.
money
I'll be
does
like, well,
speak volumes.
you know?
The only problem you have with money is that people can outbid you.
Outbid me.
Yes. Say you pay someone 100 gold to do something, and that something involves something to do with someone you're not who's opposing you, and they find out about it, and then they pay them 200 gold to not do the thing and change something.
Then they screw me over because they got paid more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why, again,
Think about that.
generally cultivating, I won't say healthy relationships, but a
What about-
positive, influential sphere.
What about mindless automaton slaves? Like an army of
That's one way to mayhaps do it. They know neither loyalty nor fear.
yeah.
It would just depend
Yeah.
on how the automatons are controlled and if the power can be usurped.
I was hoping I could get them to run on love. You think that'll work?
No.
Like love, like
I
a
don't
mother's
think
love?
love is a mechanical object.
Fuck. All right.
So,
God. Well, then what?
I
Like
don't recommend any of these.
apple juice or battery acid or
What's
you know,
battery
failure?
acid?
like a battery, like a. I don't want to explain this to you right now.
All right.
Like a light headache.
How about you just make friends, Lamont, and then your friends will want to do things with you.
I don't have time for this shit. I've made all the friends by now.
Look,
I've been
Lamont,
here for
good
weeks and weeks
things.
and weeks, and we hang out. Good what? Good things.
Yes, good things.
Finish your thought.
Yes, I thank you. Good things take time to cultivate. Yes, it's been a couple of weeks, a few weeks, a month. It's been a little over a month. Do you know how long I've been working on my projects and things? And how close they are to finally coming to fruition?
No,
It's been decades, Lamont.
I don't know how you're able to
called
keep attention on anything for that long.
dedication and patience and having a goal you're wholeheartedly invested in. Because honestly, if you can't keep attention on your goal for that long of a time, your goal's not worth pursuing.
As you say that, you hear, I completely agree. As Sekhmet and Miss Welbum walk by you and walk out the front door.
Which, we weren't talking about anything other than how to manipulate
A
people.
goal that's worthy of pursuing
Mm-hmm.
as they walk out the door.
That's fine. She can pursue all she wants.
Appreciate your business.
Oh, they're a customer, right? Not help. He's like, not rude. Oh, customer. Not rude to customers. But yes, you have to be really dedicated in something, Lamont.
You know it's bad when you start making sense. When
I
you
make
start-
sense a lot. People just often choose not to listen to it.
What's the whole deal here? So what? I sign the paper. I get into your little club. I do the thing. You and me start hanging out all the time. We
No,
read all your
that's
favorite
not a
books, join your book
requirement.
club. We go to the park.
This, and I hold up first pamphlet, because I have so many of them because I make them all night. For nights on end.
I have to like pay for hours of auditing and like.
No. Oh, good heavens, no. No. Most people don't have the time for that. I mean, I do, and I enjoy it, but a lot of
I don't.
the common people don't. Now, what this
Okay.
allows you to do is, if you have a goal that you're interested in pursuing and achieving, this helps you focus your attention on it and helps your goals become realized and achievable. Much faster than if you were to just pursue them by yourself. Think of it as a support group.
Well, then how come it's taken you decades to do your shit?
Because I only found out about this not terribly long ago.
What?
I have achieved so much more since since joining the Prism of Power than in years of trying on my own.
How so? What? How? What? Because you don't sleep? You
Well,
don't
that
have
does
a cool
help.
sword.
Gives you 8
You have,
hours
like,
a day of extra things to do. It's very
but
helpful.
do you have like a cool sword or a cool hat or like the power cosmic? Like how is what?
Well, cosmic power is to a certain degree involved. I mean, it trickles. It's a trickle-up power effect. So the more you achieve, the more power you gain. Kind of like experience. The more experience you get, the more powerful you become.
So sort of a tiered leveling system.
A bit, yes. But since you know me, you'd be in a higher tier because I'm the top.
Oh, of course.
But
Okay.
it helps one. For example, and I'll use Mage Hand to swirl my wine glass. This couldn't do that 2 years ago. 5 years ago is when I really started making progress. And now, within probably a week or two, I'll be where I wanted to be. And then can look beyond even that. I've achieved more in the past 5 years than I've had in the past at least 15.
That's like a lot of years.
It's a lot, and yes. He's trying not to make himself sound old. He's like, yes.
Well,
So it's basically, it's very efficient, and you've got a support system. So if you have a question, you can ask it, and if someone else doesn't know, they can get someone else who does, and can relay that information back to you.
right. All right. I'll have to think about it. I was thinking of just, breaking the back of this city piece by piece and bringing the populace to its knees after exploiting its weaknesses in one fell swoop. Unobstructed. And then I think he loses his train of thought and is now looking past you,
Mhm.
And then where's Roger Roger?
It's in the back still. I don't think
Yeah, he's in the back.
yet. It's just the two of us at the bar.
And about 10 patrons.
Yes.
And
Imagine
a server that's taking care of them.
with Howl and Lamont earlier, though, they all scooted towards the other end of the bar.
Yeah, several people got up and left, but there's
Mhm.
still some regulars that are
Yeah.
hanging out.
Look, I don't want to join your fucking club. No offense.
Just think about
All
it.
right. Yeah, I'll think
don't
about
have
it. But
to.
listen, what do you want? Like, what do you want? What are you supposed to, what do you sit around wanting all day? Like, what is it? You need to get something for somebody? Like, what makes you get out
Well,
of bed more? You don't go to bed, so
I
you don't
don't.
get out of bed in the morning.
I don't. No, it's been rather used for some time. But
You looking for money? Well, pay you a bunch of money, do something? Like, what blows Wendell's skirt up?
excuse me?
Come on now.
I don't wear
You
a
know what I mean.
skirt. This is a
I know you don't. Speaking figuratively.
Oh, figuratively. I can never tell with you. My goal is almost realized, which is to rebuild the Hassenpfeffer family name and estate, and Havisham. I'm almost there. After that, I believe increasing the Prism of Power, along with some personal wealth and power, will be my next goal.
Cool. Well, that's exciting,
And that pops.
Can you cripple the mages in the blue sapphire pyramid? Like if I paid you a bunch of money, think you go in there and
No, that does not align with my goals, Lamont.
no?
No. Why do you want to disrupt the mages in the portal building?
They've got
Does this
a
have something
thing I
to do
want.
with you being a portal master?
Yeah, they've got a thing that's mine that I should have back if I could just get in there and keep her from killing
this
me.
thing?
It's a box, like a portal box.
A portal box.
Opens the door between planes.
All right.
I spent a lot of time building it.
So you built it.
And I did.
Why don't you just build another one? Portal in, and then take your original one.
I'm having, when a painter first off, that's a good question. Okay, well, let me just take a second.
That like it was
When
valid.
a painter paints a painting, and somebody takes the painting, and then you say, "Hey, paint it again," right? Then he's got to do it again from memory, without the creative muse, with that wind blowing at their back. You
So you're
understand
saying
what
you
I'm saying?
can't do it.
I'm saying that
You're saying the first time was a fluke and you're not actually a portal master. Because if that was not the case, then why wouldn't you just build a damn new one?
I'm gonna break your nose.
I'd be
right
willing
now
to
in front of
help
all these people.
an actual portal master.
No, I'm gonna smash your face. I'm gonna take that coffee pot over there. I'm gonna break it over your head.
We're gonna break at that point right there, as the two of you are staring daggers. Well, one is laughing, the other was staring daggers.
Yeah.
If you could see his eyes. At this time, Igor has made it upstairs with the bath supplies and the platter of cookies to Hal's room.
She's having a bath with Reagan.
Yes.
Igor will rap gently on the door. I'm assuming it's closed. Hello, Owl, Reagan. I've got cookies. This what he'll yell through. Or
Reagan
Okay.
opens the
loudly
door.
speak. Do what?
Reagan
Okay.
opens the door as Hal's
Okay.
yelling.
Hello, Reagan. I've got
Yes, sir.
cookies here for Owl.
Good.
Request.
I have other duties to attend to. Would you like to try and finish this particular?
Bye, Reagan.
Goodbye, Miss Howell. Good luck, sir.
Yeah, Igor will kind of peer in there and be like, what do you need, Miss Owl?
A bath.
She's lying on the bed right now, just like laid back.
Why do your brothers follow you around?
They don't have any brothers, Miss Owl.
This is right
It's
there.
just me.
And this one right there.
Miss Owl, I don't mean to be rude as a butler, but I typically don't help with, ladies for showers. I can draw your bath, but then I should.
I can get out my own clothes. You don't gotta help me with that.
Oh, okay. Well, Elsa would probably be very awkward with me. Maybe as she still fancies you.
Gross.
But I'll go draw your bath and get it ready for you. And
I will get your payment.
no need for
And
that.
she's gonna roll over on the bed to the bedside table, which I'm assuming has a drawer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And she's gonna pull out the drawer and she's got a baggie with mushrooms. And she's gonna find a medium-sized one, a good, it'll give him a nice high kind of thing.
Igor will come in and he will grab he'll kind of slyly grab a stash of cookies and stick it in his pocket, and the rest of the cookies be like, here's your cookies too for you.
Yeah, here, this is for you. And she'll put it in his hand.
Just a
Thank
mushroom.
you.
Just boop.
Do I plant this or what do
No,
I
you
do
eat
with
it.
Is it what's it taste like?
Igor asking what food tastes like.
Have you never had a mushroom before?
Marshall doesn't typically care for those. He's more of the high-fine dining.
He's more of a
Yeah.
truffle eater.
He considers this like peasant food.
Mushrooms are really good. They're earthy, but they don't taste like dirt. It's weird, but they're really good.
Sounds good. He just pops it in his mouth and chews
No.
it just really fast and swallows. No, it's
There you go.
Thank you. It's pretty gamey. I'll draw you a bath, and he's gonna walk
Sweet.
over and start drawing the bath, not realizing what he's done.
Oh no! Hal is such a bad influence.
As he's
Let's just go
drawing
ahead
the
and
bath,
accelerate this real quick.
the
Let's
brother's pretty thirsty as he's
let's-
looking over his shoulder. And
let's now this you're lucky enough. Let's have a con save for Igor. You're a
Death.
good con.
yeah, he's got good con. Let me see. D20.
She didn't give you a big mushroom. She gave you a medium-sized
Medium
mushroom.
size.
So I'll keep the DC relatively
Rolled,
decent.
Should be-
rolled
should
low,
be a-
but not bad. It's a
A
14.
mellow trip.
It was a 14.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, that wasn't the DC I was looking for.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As you're
I
working,
rolled low, so
Oh,
I have a good
no.
con. I just rolled low.
as you're working on the tub, you start like feeling a bit warm.
Hearing colors and
You
smelling
start
sound.
seeing like things are more vibrant. Like colors just seem like initially what you see first are just everything is brighter and more alive. You feel a little warm.
Ooh.
You feel a little more connected. You're happy you're serving one of your masters. It's making you really happy. And this is great.
He's just got a big smile on his face, and he's like, "Ow, your nice and warm bath is ready." And he's gonna just like reach his hand and pop a cookie. Oh, there's a real good cookies.
They're very good cookies.
Mm,
Thanks,
mm.
Igor, to the bats. Here, take some more cookies. And she'll shove
Oh,
like
yeah.
half the platter
Oh,
at him.
he'll take them and like bundle them in his hand. Boy,
You're probably gonna need it, and you're gonna want to drink water, like last of it.
I'll drink so much water. I
So
bet
much water.
it's gonna taste so good. Oh,
This is gonna be great.
You need anything else, Hal?
I'm fantastic.
So am I. Life's
Right?
If you need anything, don't hesitate to call. I will attend to me, master.
All right. Bye.
And Igor will have his pile of cookies, and he'll turn and he'll head out the door and kind of like floating on butterflies.
Imagine there's
down
like a little
the
cookie
hallways.
trail behind you.
Yeah, there's a cookie trail.
Sounds
and
are
he's-
starting to get a
he's-
little bit more like there's a bit of an echo and reverb to them.
Ooh.
There's a bit more of a blur to the edges of
As-
everything.
As he's walking, he thinks to himself, "Is this how Lamont sees the world? This is cool."
You get out into the hallway. You close the door to Hal's room,
He's
and
floating.
you look around, and you know you're in the hallway. You're supposed to be in the hallway,
Mhm.
but you're just surrounded by doors. It's just like everywhere you look, the hallway is just more doors. Just you turn, and the door you just came out with is a hallway with doors, and then you look over here, and it's a hallway with doors. You turn, and it's a hallway with doors. They're just and you start moving down the hallway, and it's just
we need
more
We
walls and doors.
less doors and more hallways. And he's gonna kind of be leaning, hugging one side and another one, and then he's gonna stop in front of a door and just like touch it and feel the door, just kind of rubbing his hand on it a little bit.
It's rough,
Seeing
but
the
it's a very
grain of the
interesting
wood.
pattern. And then you see like trails where your fingers were, like they've dug into the wood
Ooh.
for some reason.
It's really, really mushy. Let me fix that. And he brings out his feather duster prestidigitation, and he's
And
got
you
a smaller
see
pile of cookies that
the
he's been
magic.
working on these.
Like you're waving the feather duster, and you literally see the magic floating out of it now,
Ooh.
affecting the world around you.
Igor is going to use it and be like painting with it. Like there's only a half-orc can who's not very bright, so he's like stick figure drawing on things with it. Seeing little happy sparks and the scents coming out of it. You know, like he's making like a let's say a lemony scent. As he's
You're finding it a bit difficult to really walk at this point because two things. Your balance is a bit off now. And so you're having a bit of difficulty balance because up and down are concepts you're having real difficulty with at this point in time.
Okay.
So you feel like you really just need to sit on that cloud that was right behind you.
Then he'll be like painting and like swirling down it, and he'll kind of turn following the streak, and he'll kind of go towards the cloud with it, leading with the wand, seeing like a pattern as he like a light stick where you move it really fast, you can see the line. He's kind of doing that, but in slow motion. And hello, little cloud, as he draws the perimeter around it, and he draws a little smiley face on it. And he's gonna lean into it and just kind of slump down into it. You're like, you're so soft as he's laying there.
And as you kind of like just melt into the world around you, this strange form just kind of like walks out.
Cookies spilling everywhere, by the way.
Cookies everywhere and bouncing and floating. You're sitting on a cookie now. And this strange form, feminine, kind of fey, kind of like steps out of the rainbow of colors that are around you and kind of looks down at you and smiles. It's like, there you are. You've been gone for so long.
Where did I go? Where am I?
I've missed you. And she pats you on the cheek.
Igor smiles, his like tusky, toothy smile. You're like, I think I've missed you too. You seem nice. Who are you?
I'm your mother.
Mom?
We'll go on downstairs again to Wendell and Lamont. Been waiting for a time to put that in there. You guys are back down at the bottom, in the bottom floor, the main floor, the common room. It's clearing out a bit more. It's just you two. You haven't seen Roger Roger in a little bit now.
No, it's fine.
Reagan is taking up the spot behind the bar now. He looks a little confused about his time with Hal, but, you can't tell he's blushing. He's red already.
Yeah.
How dare you presume that I couldn't just build one if I had the tools and the space and the manpower and
it requires manpower. I thought you said you built it, not you in an army.
There are components. There are special components to the device.
Okay, how many people does it take?
I don't know. I have to write it. I have to write it down. That's gonna develop as you start the process, the portal box process. You got another book? I'm not writing another. Why would I write in there?
You said you had to write it down. You want to be the portal master. You want to make portals. You want to make a portal box. It sounds like the only thing stopping you from doing these things is you. You need to acquire materials. All right? Acquire them. You need money to do that. We've gotten money now. Get the materials. Make the box. Prove to me that you can make a portal.
No, I agree that the only thing in between me and this thing is me. That's why I tried to destroy me, and I think managed to do it 6 times.
You didn't die.
Semi-successfully. No, obviously I didn't.
Those times, yes.
Standing right here. You do make a good point, though. So I really have everything I need, sort of. I feel like I just need to slow time down. I feel like we're moving really fast.
It helps if you don't need to sleep. Saying it's an extra third of your day.
No.
Did you know that people spend a third of their life sleeping on average?
I know, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's fucking awesome. I can't. You don't miss it at all. Sleeping's amazing. The body at rest.
Yes.
Come on.
I still get rest. The difference is I get so much work done while it's resting.
Well, that is interesting. I've always kind of wanted that. This has been an interesting conversation. I'm sorry I said I wanted to smash a coffee pot over your head. I'm just pretty frustrated and conflicted about this whole what I'm supposed to be doing thing. You got Howl. I want to hang out with Howl, and Bond, but she's going to this whole island. They're going to go do this whole thing.
Why don't we all go with? It might be a good idea to leave him on for a bit after we do what we need to do.
All right, fine. I was going to grab this city by the neck with an icy black hand of fear and shake from its pockets the resources I need to punch a hole through dimensions.
I think you can do
That's what I
that. Question, Lamont. Were you the leader of the land you originally came from? Did you have an icy grip on the neck of that society?
Well, no.
Well, then
no, I was
why would you
building
need
the
to do it
port-
again? Why can't you just build it without it?
To punish the population for spurning me and not handing me the keys to the resources I need to punch a hole back through dimensions.
Well,
Look,
it
I know
sounds
when I
like-
say that out loud, it sounds petty. Okay, when you
Especially
hear
since
it
it's
out
not the
loud,
populace's fault. I mean, peasants really don't know how to do basic things except function throughout the day. I mean,
oh my god,
really,
right?
it sounds like very specific people that you have a problem with in that Sapphire Tower. That Sapphire Pyramid.
Yeah, I do.
And you
I
know
do,
how it's a lot
I do.
easier to get back at those people? Is if you have power. And you don't want them to know that you have power, because you want to sneak up on them, right? So, make a second portal box. Get better. And then wreak your revenge then. You know, if you
And then wreak
made...
my revenge then.
Yes, against those specific people, because the general populace, I mean, they don't need to get involved. If you hinder the populace, you hinder your own work. Really, they're kind of like the cogs in the machine. You want people pulling the levers.
I don't want to hurt the populace. No, go back. I build the box.
Yes. You
Then
portal in.
go there.
Yes.
Get better, which I hear what you're saying there.
Yeah, get better. Build your box, get better. Portal in.
Come on,
Take your original
better.
box back,
Portal in.
and exact your revenge.
Oh God, that's good.
I'm very
Why
good
didn't
at
I
plans.
Think about that.
Yes.
Ooh. And then come roaring back.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up their asses. Thumbs up their asses.
And in that amount of time,
Oh.
you could probably even get names. Because you don't want a generic foe. You get burnt out. It's too exhausting. You need specific names
I
of
do.
specific people.
One of them has long hair.
All right? Color?
I don't know. Frank, does he know?
It's white.
It's white. It's white.
I remember. White, long hair. Human, elf, dwarf, halfling,
I think he's an elf.
elf,
He's
elf,
a very
long
tall
white hair.
elfish, might be a half elf.
Okay.
Tall.
Very tall, elfish man with long white hair in the blue sapphire pyramid. Well, see, that narrows it down quite a bit.
Yep. I want to take him apart and then put him back together again as a mindless slave to my dark bidding. Is the broad goal. If I could just snap my fingers
Yes,
and have
but it's good to
sort
have
of-
some type of concrete goal in mind. Again,
I
if you
think
don't-
so.
If you don't have a concrete goal that you're driven towards, you're never going to achieve it.
If you will it, it is no dream. You know, that's what I keep saying to myself. And so
You have to work to make your dreams happen.
all right, I will think upon this because now I have to remember how to build the box, and that maybe I will take a vacation. You know, I'll sit out by the beach,
Yes,
I'll put my feet up.
sometimes taking a break helps your creativity come back.
All right,
All
all right,
Before we end the evening, we'll go back to Hal
sold.
in her bath, drunkenly floating in the rosemary water, surrounded
Giggling
by
away.
candles. And you hear in your head, "Puppy, we're flying now. Are you there?" It's Nesrin's voice.
Hey, babe.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Oh my
Yes,
God, I could
a
feel
lot.
you're drunk through this bracelet. I mean, I could
It's-
almost smell it.
It's been a good day. I got Igor high as fuck.
Who was
And-
Igor?
He's Wendell's manservant.
Oh, those ruffians that broke into my home.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry about
right.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Well, I mean, you did it for the right reasons. You could, but never mind. That's neither here nor there. I just wanted to let you know we're in the air.
How's the trip going? Just flying fun?
I mean, it's colder. It's very quiet. My room is nice. I had
That's good.
bigger stateroom because I was hoping you'd come with me.
Sorry.
That's all
I'm
right.
coming though.
Are you?
Yeah. I just gotta do this council thing first. And then is it okay if my friends come? They're kind of upset that I'm just leaving them. They can stay somewhere else. They don't have to stay at
Because
Villa.
they're not staying with me.
Oh no.
I mean, you were allowed to stay with me.
Well,
I want you
obviously,
to stay with me,
yeah.
but I mean,
I wouldn't put Lamont within like 1,000
Did-
feet of you. So
we have a guest house in the villa. I mean,
Oh.
I could make it useful. I mean, it would work.
if that's okay.
Okay. Well, you sound like you need some sleep.
Now I need more cookies.
Yes, you need some more. Howl,
Yeah.
puppy,
Yeah.
promise me you'll go to bed, get some sleep.
After I get another cookie. And
Okay.
then I'll go to bed.
One more cookie, and then you get some sleep. And
All right.
I will talk to you in a few days.
Hell yeah. Love you.
Love you too, dear.
Bye.
Bye.
And she makes like she doesn't just like stop. She goes click.
I
In her
heard
head,
that.
Like she's angry.
It doesn't work that way, dear.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. Okay, bye.
Stop talking now. Good
Okay.
night.
Good night. Have fun flying.
And that's
Okay,
where
bye.
we're in the session tonight. As Hal and Nezrin say goodnight to each other for 45 minutes. So, all right, that was fun. I did not expect this evening to go the way it did, but I am so
Same.
happy that it did. I got to drop some Igor lore tonight. That was good. I've been waiting for an opportunity to drop that one in there. I think that's we don't know. No one knows anything about that one, so that'll be pretty good. So we're just going to go around the horn and see what tonight's madness has done for everyone and what their favorite parts were. So we're going to start with the man who wants to have the icy grip of death on the throats of the random populous Iman for doing nothing to help him
Not anymore.
on his return.
No, it's fine.
that he still wants to have his icy grip of death on their throats.
I do.
and whatnot.
I'm gonna put my icy grip on some part of the populace. Maybe on like I don't know, it's like the toy industry or something. Collectibles, high end, collectibles. Hi, I'm producer Trav. That was awesome. You said my favorite part was Frank said something funny about pudding earlier. Can't remember exactly what it was. We were all eating pudding, and it was very amusing. This was a good night for Lamont, and I like where we're headed, and having a meaningful scene with Wendell is fantastic. I love all Lindy characters who are full of shit, and Wendell is a classic example of one.
Yet none of that conversation had his bullshit in it.
And that's what's so great about it, is Wendell got real and said exactly what set Lamont straight, which was usually what Howell does, but she couldn't because she was shit-faced and being taken upstairs. It was great. Everything's great. And I loved the Igor lore stuff. I thought that was awesome. Can't wait to see where that's headed. So I'm producer Trav. We're going to play D&D here tomorrow night. And then on Friday, I'm going to play Seawall Orphanage. It's the second to last episode, and then we're going to play Aliens, and you're going to want to watch it because it's going to be some shit, and I'm excited. So I just appreciate Lindy and Frank very much for this awesome game, and watch WebDM. And I love you.
And we love you too.
They're all of you. I love all of you.
All right, so let's check in with the man who just got a lore drop tonight, Igor. Glad you made it tonight.
Yeah, sorry.
And I got to reward you with some lore.
Yes, I'm excited to see where that's going. Shiny Pilot 206, Twitch, Twitter. Sorry I'm late, but I had fun being able to play a little bit of Igor. He's one of my favorites, and get to play with all you cool people. I missed a lot of that episode, so favorite part would have to be from where I joined in later. But I liked Howell being high as heck. That's funny.
So drunk.
You did a good job. Drunk, high, whatever the combination could be, because I didn't know if you ingested anything beforehand or if it was just drunk. I mean, if it's just drunk, that's impressive. Good job, Hal. So, that was good. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And I guess I'll be here tomorrow for Tuesday night game and Aliens when we do Aliens. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm glad you were able to get in there, and I've been saving that bit of lore
I
now.
want to see what happens now. I'm going to be talking with you after the show.
Probably like 4 months. I've been saving that since I came up with a little Igor plan, his arc. So, speaking of interesting arcs for this evening, let's talk with the drunk Howl. Lots of
Hello.
stuff going on there. I didn't know she was
So
a
much
drug
stuff.
dealer. Now she is.
She's
That's a new one.
So I don't think she's a drug dealer. I think she has drugs because she has worked with the clasp, and she took them from Mo because he's a little shit. So she just has them, and she was like, yeah, I've taken them a couple times. And my absolute favorite part, I'm skipping but my absolute favorite part was just, here, Igor, have some drugs. And he's just like, okay.
He has no self, he has no
and it's fine.
restraint.
No. It's just food.
Wendell
It's just a mushroom.
is Igor's restraint meter.
But
in all aspects of
he
life.
has no restraint, guys. So
And there was a comment in chat that I absolutely loved where somebody said they were just imagining Howl in the bath just giggling from all the stuff that she's done. And I love that image. It's perfect. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I had a really bad day, so I had a fuck ton of fun here playing super drunken crazy Howl. I kind of stole Lamont's stick for the night. Not, crazy dominating, but crazy drunk. It was fun. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter here Mondays and Tuesdays playing this, and then tomorrow night I play Empire Vinastra, the Divine Soul Sorceress. We're gonna go fight a Rakshasa. It's gonna be fun. And then on Friday we are playing Aliens, and I am super excited because we're getting super close to figuring out who Iris is. We'll see what's going on, and I'll see y'all next week.
Yep, that was probably one of my favorite Howl performances this evening. Was just drunk Howl. Just so much fun. Absolute fun. So before I pass it on to Laugh Love Lindy, I will say my piece. I'm at Deception Check. I'm the guy that rings around the madness here in the Three-Ring Circus that is Mondays in Exandria. I'm also Merrick Tenpenny on Tuesdays and Hank Granger on Fridays for Aliens. I don't know how much longer he's going to last there. He's got angry synthetics at him, and he's got aliens that want to kill him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think Hank's going to live very long. He's too squishy, no armor. But favorite parts for me tonight I think they're both Howl. She's when she described the portals that Wendell cast, the face fucks that came out of Wendell's portal, that got me there. And then what's that? And Howl with the cookies in both hands as she stroked Reagan's hair. I thought that was a beautiful image there. So those were two great parts. Everyone had good parts tonight. I liked the character work with Wendell and Lamont. I liked Igor's fun trip through liminal space. And I really enjoyed how well Lindy played Wendell in discussing activities.
Everything was entirely plausible.
I was watching to see if you screwed up at a point, but no, you did very, very well. You were totally truthful in all those points.
Mm-hmm.
So, and MC the Puppy agrees.
And those two at the bar definitely backed me up with the. I said they were polite, not smart. As they're like,
I know, drunk. They got to see
and
how
eating
fall
cookies.
off the chair.
Yeah.
So this was great. So I'll go ahead and pass it along to Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassan Pfeffer the Fourth of the Haversham Hassan Pfeffers.
That's me. Yes, that was so much fun. Oh my gosh, some of my favorite moments. I like how every time we have a drunk Howl episode, everything just gets completely derailed, but in the best way possible. I love it. I love it. I think the last time we had drunk Howl was we murdered a baby dragon. So it's been a while, and it was very refreshing and fun to have it back. I also love, just a matter of fact aspect, kind of like a blanket aspect, like Howl getting drunk, how close Wendell gets to being punched in the face by so many people. But he either stops himself, or people realize he's right before it actually happens. So it goes one of those two paths. He stops because it's like Hal, or it's anybody else and they realize what he's saying is probably true. I really liked Lamont and Wendell's conversation. They typically try to not speak to each other, I feel like, most of the time, because they clash a lot. But I feel like they had a really good talk tonight. Lamont has some things to think about, and Wendell's got a better perspective on Lamont's psyche, and he and I have both realized some very interesting things, which will... Ooh, like, as we were finishing up, I had an idea face, because I couldn't contain it. I can't wait. Yeah, and just Raja Roger tonight was fantastic. Just love him. He's great. Yeah, so many good parts I could go on. It was a lot of fun. One last moment, because it was just too funny, was Hal and Lamont going, take the shot, Wendell, take the shot, Wendell, shot. Like, just, it was beautiful. It was magic. Missed Harlan. I'm sure Harlan, though, would have been like, this is too much. So I can't wait for him to come back next week and be like, oh good, I missed it all. Salty Sweet Games is raiding. It's funny, I was about to go raid you guys. Because we're finishing up. But you can find us here every Monday for Mondays in Exandria, and every Tuesday for Mists of Ravenloft. You can also find us here this Friday for Aliens, because we are lucky ducks, and we get it twice this month, because we didn't get it at all last month, and I'm very excited about that. Other exciting things are coming up. Just keep your eyes peeled. They're gonna be fun when they happen. Till then, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. This was a blast. I fear for Producer Trav's character for tomorrow night. It's not always wise to double down, and that's the wisdom I'm going to leave you with as we say goodnight.